So, Rutherford's nuclear model of atom, or it is also known as planetary model of the atom. What assumption Rutherford has done is the electron revolve around the nucleus in the circular orbit like this. So here is the electron. The centripetal force required by the electron for revolution is provided by electrostatic force of attraction between the electrons and the nucleus. So we have seen in the planetary system there a small change, because there we use gravitational force which holds on the sun and the planet. In this case it is electrostatic force which holds nucleus as well as electron. This means that the centripetal force is required by the electron for revolution is provided by electrostatic force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus of this atom. So we can write Fc is equal to Fe. We know what centripetal force is. It is nothing but mv square by r. Force is given by ze square by 4 pi epsilon naught Rn square. We take Rn because we are deriving the expression for nth orbit. Okay, nth orbit, possible orbit. So here in this expression, Rn is the radius of nth possible orbit. Vn is speed of moving electron in nth orbit. So with this expression we can get the expression for radius Rn. What happens with Rn? Rn is nothing but, we have Rn here, one cancels here. So Rn is given by ze square 4 pi epsilon naught mv square. But for hydrogen atom Z is 1. So the expression will be Rn is equal to E square by 4 pi epsilon naught mv square. If we multiply and divide by 2 for this equation, what happens? Rn is equal to E square by 8 pi epsilon naught 1 by 2 mv square. So here what I have done is I have multiplied and divided by 2 to the denominator. So we get 8 pi epsilon naught half mv square in the denominator, which gives, since for hydrogen atom n is 1, I am going to write this as 1. R is E square 8 pi epsilon naught k. Let us write this as k. Why k? This is nothing but the expression for kinetic energy, right? Kinetic energy is given by half mv square. So we write half mv square as k, where we can get the expression for k, that is kinetic energy, has E square by 8 pi epsilon naught r. Students, we brought k over here, so we got the expression for kinetic energy, right? Now what about potential energy? Potential energy is given by minus E square. Potential is denoted by U. Okay, is minus E square by 4 pi epsilon naught r. Now we need the total energy. Here for kinetic energy, this negative sign indicates, what it indicates is electrostatic force is in opposite direction. Now we require total energy. Total energy is nothing but, it is kinetic energy plus potential energy, right? So total energy E we can get as, we have E square 8 pi epsilon naught r plus minus E square 4 pi epsilon naught r. So our final expression is minus E square 8 pi epsilon naught r. This is the expression for energy, total energy of the system. This here negative sign indicates total energy. This negative sign here indicates that this electron is bound to the nucleus. They are bounded to the nucleus. So once again I'll repeat, since Rutherford has told or assumed that the electron revolves around the nucleus same as the planets revolving around the sun. In case of Rutherford's model, he assumed centripetal force is required by the electron is given by the electrostatic force between the nucleus and the electron. And in case of Rutherford, it is electrostatic force which holds the nucleus and the electron. But in case of planetary model, like planets, what happens? Gravitational force holds sun and the planet. Therefore, we will take centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force between nucleus and the electron. Centripetal force is given by mv square by r. Here we will take for the nth orbit of the hydrogen. Therefore, we take it as Vn Rn. So, Vn is nothing but the speed of moving electron in the nth orbit. Rn is nothing but the radius of nth orbit or of nth possible orbit. With this relation, we get Rn as Ze square by 4 pi epsilon naught mv square. For hydrogen atom, Z is 1 if n is 1. So, we will arrive at the expression R is equal to E square 8 by epsilon naught K. In this case, I have multiplied and added 2. Okay. That gives this expression finally. So, here K is nothing but kinetic energy. So, kinetic energy is given by, so you have brought K over here and R over here. We will get the kinetic energy. We know the potential energy. Here negative sign indicates the electrostatic force is applied in opposite direction. So total energy is nothing but kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy is this, potential energy is this. So we will arrive at the expression E is equal to minus E square 8 pi epsilon naught R. This negative sign indicates that these electrons are bound to the nucleus. If this is positive, what happens? This electron will not follow the closed orbit around the nucleus. They will not follow the closed orbit approach. So students, we have discussed about atomic spectra, and we will once again discuss about atomic spectra in our online class. Now let us move on to the Bohr atomic model. After Rutherford, Bohr took after him, continuing to know the structure of atom. In Rutherford, what happened? He had some drawbacks. He failed to explain the account of the stability of the atom and the emission of line spectra by the hydrogen atom. Then Bohr continued to experimentize in order to get the structure of atom. In a Bohr atomic model, he used both classical as well as quantum concepts. Both classical and quantum concepts. So he had three postulates. We have seen the postulates of Bohr atomic model. So go to the textbook. You have the postulates. Today I'll be showing you about the derivation of radius, velocity, energy and wave number, as well as frequency of the hydrogen atom. So in order to start, let us move on with the third postulate of Bohr. In third postulate and the second postulate, what Bohr has told is electron revolved around the nucleus only in certain discrete. Rutherford told that electron move around the nucleus, right? But he failed to explain the spiral concept we had discussed. The actually, according to classical theory, what happens is, this is a nucleus. It takes as the electron radiates, its energy will be lost. Okay, it loses energy continuously and it gets a spiral path and it reaches or fall into the nucleus. This is the actual fact, but in case of Rutherford, it was the nucleus will fall into the nucleus. It should not fall.